Coming up on today's show, we will explain why this guy should not be going anywhere. The next move the Chiefs need to make involves Trent McDuffie. We'll explain more coming up here on this edition of the Kansas City Chiefs Report. Tyler Jones here with you. Appreciate y'all stopping by. I'm not leaving. Trent McDuffie should not be going anywhere, my friends. Let's explain about the fifth-year option situation for Trent McDuffie. As the deadline is coming, the Chiefs, I don't think, should be looking to depart from Trent McDuffie whatsoever and be looking to lock him in long-term. And the first step is by securing that fifth-year option on his current rookie contract. Let's tell you how the fifth-year option works for those that may not know. The 2020 collective bargaining agreement allows for teams to exercise a fifth-year option for players drafted in the first round as an addition to the standard four-year rookie contract. So where Trent McDuffie falls in line with this, folks, is the playtime category. And funny enough, he actually is not eligible for as much money as George Karlaftis is in his fifth-year contract situation. So let me ask you guys real quick. I need a favor from you before we go any further in today's show. If you want the Chiefs to keep Trent McDuffie, then I need you to like today's video. Don't jinx it. Let's send some good vibes and make sure that he stays in Kansas City long-term. Hit that like button if you want to see Trent McDuffie here long-term, and we'll continue. So, with that said, how does the fifth-year option work? Here's more context, the details here. The base salary calculated from the average of the third to the 20th highest salaries at their position over the past 5 seasons, provided that their snap counts over the first 3 seasons meet one of the following 3 criteria. And here are the 3 criteria. 75% or greater in 2 of their first 3 seasons, an average of 75% or greater over all 3 seasons, and 50% or greater over all 3 seasons. So that means Trent McDuffie is qualified to earn $13.63 million. For me, this is a no-brainer for the Kansas City Chiefs to start with that, to give the fifth-year option, and then to work on an extension from there. And there could be some different variables involved with this fifth-year option. You could, at the very least, put McDuffie on the fifth-year option, play on that, extend him, and then begin a new contract after the fifth-year option. Or you could get an extension done now, and basically that takes place of the fifth-year option. So you then basically, there's 2 states of mind with that. If you give him the fifth-year option, then do the extension later, you save yourself some money in the short term. But if you go the opposite route of doing the long-term option right away and bypassing the fifth-year option, you are going to save money down the line, but you'll be paying more up front. He's one of the very best at his position. Nobody's denying that. I think that this makes a ton of sense to keep Trent McDuffie here for a very long time, and this is a good first step in locking up his future. So let's ask you, do you think it's going to happen? Will the Chiefs give Trent McDuffie his fifth-year option? You got 2 options in our pinned comment today. Type Y for yes, in for no. Chime in the comments section and tell me what you think. Today's show is sponsored by GameTime. GameTime is the place to go for the best seats, the lowest prices guaranteed. GameTime makes getting tickets even easier and faster than ever before. Prices on the GameTime app actually go down the closer it gets to the first pitch. With killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and their lowest price guarantee, GameTime takes the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets. GameTime is the official ticketing partner of the Chiefs Report, where they offer last-minute deals where you can save up to 60% off buying last minute for sports, concerts, comedy shows, theater productions, and more. GameTime, folks, get this. They have their zone deals where you can save even more when you choose a selection and let GameTime choose the seats. They have their all-in pricing where you can toggle this feature and show the total up front with no surprise fees at checkout. They have their seat views where you can get a panoramic view from your seat in the app before you buy. Lowest price is guaranteed, or GameTime will credit you 110% of the difference. Your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with GameTime. Download the GameTime app, create an account, and use code ChatSports for $20 off your first purchase. And I got to tell you, when I'm on GameTime, I'm looking at Royals tickets right now, folks. I'm excited to get out to the K and see the Royals in action. And GameTime has got some incredible offers on some really cheap seats to see the Royals throughout the spring and into the summer. Check them out today. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download the GameTime app today. Last-minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed. The link is in the comments and the description of today's video. Check out GameTime today, and you will be glad you did. So the fifth-year option has a deadline of May 1st. So to kind of give some context, that means that sooner than later, we should have an official decision from the Kansas City Chiefs that they are either accepting or declining the fifth-year option. And with that money that we told you about earlier, the $13.63 million, that is a bargain for Trent McDuffie for the Kansas City Chiefs, comparably speaking to the rest of the corners in the NFL of how much these guys are getting paid right now. Here are the top 10 most expensive corners in the league. Derek Stingley, who is a very young cat in his own right, $30 million he just got paid recently. J.C. Horn, another young guy, got $25 million. Jalen Ramsey at $24.1. Pat Surtain at $24 million, and the list goes on from there. And when we talk about the impact that Trent McDuffie brings to the table, started at the nickel spot, was moved to the outside. There's been rumblings that he could be moved back to the nickel position with the signing of Christian Fulton. And here's the difference that McDuffie makes. He was second among cornerbacks this past season in wins above replacement, according to Pro Football Focus. So among all corners in the NFL, he accounts for the second most wins of anybody out there. That is a difference maker. Every season, you want to talk about consistency. According to Pro Football Focus, he has had a coverage grade of 75.1 or better in every season that he's been in the league to this point. And then you take it a step further on the consistency front. Run defense has been huge for Trent McDuffie. He has had an 81.6 grade or better in every season. Now, there's not a whole lot of precedent for this in Kansas City. GM Brett Veach, who I think is the very best in the business and has done a phenomenal job, he has never one time extended a homegrown defensive back. And what we mean by homegrown is somebody that was drafted by the Kansas City Chiefs. We know about them moving on from L'Jarius Sneed last year and several others beyond that over the years. But you look at his most recent extension projection. This comes from the folks at Spotrac. They are saying that his projection is going to be about 4 years, $122 million with $80 million guaranteed. It's a lot of money, but the longer you wait, the more that price tag is likely to go up. I think that giving the fifth-year option to Trent McDuffie, getting the extension process started, that is the most important thing the Chiefs need to handle at this point in time. What do you guys think? What's the next move that the Chiefs need to make here in NFL free agency, in the offseason? Weigh in the comments section. Let us know what that next move should be. Folks, we're talking about the Kansas City Chiefs each and every day here at the Kansas City Chiefs Report as we bring you our daily news and rumors, live shows every Tuesday. We also have interactive Q&A mailbags, breaking news. Anytime that something happens, like let's say this fifth-year option or a signing, trade, whatever, we bring you a video as quickly as we can here on the channel. Stay up to date with everything going on throughout the offseason on your Kansas City Chiefs. Subscribe now for free. Turn on notifications, youtube.com/ChiefsTV. To subscribe now, you'll be glad you did. The resume for Trent McDuffie speaks for itself. He has been so good to start his career and he's just now entering his prime years as well. I would argue that we still haven't even seen the best of what's to come for Trent McDuffie at this point in time. Here's what he's done already, folks. He's been a part of 2 Super Bowl championships with the Kansas City Chiefs, and on top of that was named to the first-team All-Pro selection in 2023. That was when he was playing the nickel spot. Moves over to the outside and was an All-Pro again this past season, this time a second-team All-Pro. I think he got snubbed there, and he's been snubbed out of some Pro Bowls as well. I don't know if we need to do a better job with the fan voting or what, but it is a bit frustrating that he has been, I would say, not recognized properly for the work that's been done. And I think what happens is people kind of look too much into these statistics because up until this season, Trent McDuffie had never had an interception, but he impacted the game in so many different ways, like what we showed you in some of those consistency numbers from Pro Football Focus earlier. And we'll show you more here in just a moment. But this year, 2 interceptions, a forced fumble, 4 QB hits. 2023, 5 forced fumbles, 7 pass breakups. His pass breakup number also went up this year to 13. And then you take a look at the coverage stats. And boy, are these really good. He held opposing quarterbacks to a completion percentage under 58% and a QB rating of 81.3. Really, really good from Trent McDuffie. And then the PFF grades. Folks, this is what he did this past season. His defensive grade was an 83.1, a pass rush grade of 90.5, a run defense grade of 79.9, and a coverage grade of 80.6. He's elite. Simply put, Trent McDuffie is elite, and I hope he's here for a very long time. Do you believe in Trent McDuffie? You got 2 options here. Be honest with me. What do you think? Type B for believe, D for don't. Chime in that comment section. Let me know what you think. If you enjoyed today's show, hit that like button. We certainly would appreciate it. I'm Tyler Jones. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time here on the Chiefs Report.